doing here? Hi. There we go. Hello, everybody.
Are we live?
We are live. We're back. It's been a while. It's been a while. How you been?
Tired.
Yeah.
Tired as fuck.
So here we are again. We're mixing Shoebox. I'm just gonna make sure I got audio on my
How
monitor.
much
here.
more instruments do we have on
I got. I'm not sure how much more we got to go. It's been a long time since we started the beginning of this rough mix. When I say rough mix, I mean basic mix, EQ, compression, that kind of stuff. We're gonna add all kinds of fun stuff, all kinds of crazy plugins and gadgets to these later, which brings us to the new toy we got.
A
dildo. The new toy is the Waves SoundGrid Server CX 9. It's a long title. Now this is cool because what we can do with it, we can take our plugins that are taking up CPU power, taking up CPU space on the computer, and we can offload them to the server, freeing up that much space. And one of the most CPU taxing processes is plugins.
Cool.
So that's going to do us a lot of good, hopefully.
We're not using it today.
We are going to use it today. And just going to have fun here real quick before we jump into the mix.
We're going to jump in the pool.
We're not going to jump in the pool. We're going to take a look at the Waves Studio Rack, which goes hand in hand. I mean, you can use it on its own, but with the server, that's pretty much your way of offloading your plugins to the server. With the Studio Rack, you can do lots of other cool things too, like the macros, which we'll dig into right here. Let's take an instrument here and just put a little chain on it. Let's have fun. Let's look at the Tal noise maker here. Let's take a look at it. Okay, as you can see, we got plugins here. We're probably going to keep those as they are right now and not run them through the Studio Rack at this point unless we start having problems. We are using a different driver because the direct sound was acting weird. So we're using the ASIO driver now, and hopefully we don't get a lot of clicks and pops. If we do, we just got to change the buffer size because right now, which is not a big deal for mixing, more of a big deal for recording. Right now, I got all the buffers set to the lowest setting, which it's actually really amazing that that's working. Because on my old recording computer, that would have never happened. It would have been clicking and popping all over the damn place. So, what you want to do here, what we want to do, see, I'm going to act like I know what I'm doing. I played with the Studio Rack once, but I think I got a pretty good idea of what we're doing with it. So we're gonna go ahead and pull that sucker up, and you haven't seen it in action yet. That's the sad thing.
Action sounds like a relative term.
Oh no, it's cool. It is fun. It is fun. It takes a second. Adding. So this thing's actually pretty damn crazy. So right now, up here it says SG, which means that the SoundGrid server is handling the load of this. All right.
Okay.
You can
There's
see.
a lot of yawning, so.
That's fine. Right here, you're looking at how much, I don't know what you want to call it, space, CPU, percentage, whatever the SoundGrid server uses.
Call it what you want to.
Yes. So up here, you can see it's at 2%. Probably, we don't got any plugins going into it right now. It probably just has to do with us being connected to it. That is causing that 2%, right? Okay. So, right here, if you look next to it, that 128 represents like 128 channels. So, apparently I don't know. I'm not going to try to explain that one. But right here, this is where you switch it between the native on the computer and the processing power on the server. So if we wanted the computer to handle all of it, we would go switch all to native. But we're going to do switch all to sound grid because we want the server taking the load off of Mary. Take the load off Mary. Take the load off what? What is it?
Fanny.
It's Fanny? Take the load off Fanny? Okay.
Nobody knows if it's take a load off Annie or take a load off Fanny.
Anyway, we're taking the load off. We're taking the load off the computer here. So, as you can see, you got 8 spaces here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, it's not limited to just 8 plugins because you can kind of stack plugins within the macro or whatever you want to call it. We're not on the macro right now. The macro looks like this, but I'm going to show you.
Cool.
Okay, so let's add anything to this. Let's put this sucker in solo mode though. The town noise maker. Okay. And all right, select any kind of anything you want on here. We got delay, we got dynamics, we got EQ, we got effect, we got harmonic, instrument, modulation, other, pitch shift, reverb, sound field.
Number 7.
Number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Modulation. Okay. So as you can see, it's organized really, really well. Now these are all Waves plugins. Only the Waves plugins work with this, which is fine because we can still use our other plugins. We just got to keep them in native mode. So you got chorus, you got doubler, you got Enigma, whatever that is.
Let's try that.
Let's try it. All right. Let's see what the Enigma does. All right. So let's go ahead and play this track without the Enigma on it and see what this thing does.
What instruments being affected by
This is the Tau Noisemaker.
it? Okay.
So let's go ahead and turn that on. As you hear, we do got some popping going on.
Great demonstration.
It might be because I started it in the middle of it. Here we go. Let's see again. Let's start it from the... Like I said, I got the Oscilloscope drivers all the way down. So, hang on. Hang on a second. Let's see if we can change our... let's see if we can go back to the sound card we had before. Oh, we do got direct sound on. Okay. Which shouldn't be a problem. Let's try ASIO, and hope it doesn't mess up our what we're doing down here. I thought I had the ASIO loaded. Now that's really rough. Well, that's embarrassing.
This is an embarrassing live feed already.
Well, you should have made sure it was all right to start with.
So we should probably start at 3 hours ago before I fell asleep.
Well. Hang on. Let's turn that off. This is a lesson in buffering. It really shouldn't have any buffering considering, but let's see.
Live television girl.
Alright, so right now we're being let down. We're being let down by the server, but
I'll make some calls and get some girls over here if you want.
let's switch this to native and see what
It
happens.
would be better than nothing. I'm sleepy, so, you know.
Switch to native. Okay, so I know what's going on here. Let me go back to the server.
I know what's going on. I'm going to have a cigarette and make some phone calls.
Well, I'm going to show you what's going on.
I don't want to know. Go ahead.
All right. So, what we got to do in this case is we got to open up. I don't know why ASIO for all thinks it should be running, but ASIO. We're going
Oh my
to...
God, you just pick a pronunciation.
I think it's ASIO. I don't know.
Stick to one. Just say it, cause like every time you're like overthinking it.
So I need to go ahead and open this up. I think it's setup you want to open up. I could be wrong. Okay, so we got our server here. Server network buffering. It's at the lowest setting. Let's go ahead. Let's be safe and go up to 80. Because we got a lot going on right now with the whole video recording and stuff like that. So it's kind of messing us up a little bit. Let's hope. Okay. Alright, so that doesn't seem to have worked for us. So, we're learning together. This is new technology to me. It's making me look bad. I'm making it look bad. Let's go ahead and turn off the ASIO for all. Okay, that's what we wanted. We're not using ASIO right now, and we're not using it through the SoundGrid server, although it came back on its own. There we go. It came back on. I don't know what to say. But let's go ahead and try to change the network buffer on here. Let's try 512 and see if that does a trick. I think it's the same under both of these. Yeah, 512. We'll get there. We'll get there. So play on this thing and see and hope. So this is going well. Because right now it's not playing at all when I hit play. But we'll deal with it here. I hope. I was so excited to demonstrate this, and now let's change our settings back. So embarrassing. So damn embarrassing. Let's try taking that off. Okay, this happens. It happened to me earlier, and now it's happening again. I should have never changed this setting here. Let's try WAS API and see if we get anything. Why that's happening, I don't know. Sometimes changing these things around can help you. Sometimes they can't. Okay, so hitting off on this was probably a terrible idea. So this is what happened. It basically reset it. We don't want these on. Hopefully my microphone's still working. Yeah, my microphone's still working. Okay. Let's turn our buffers all the way down here again. I wish I didn't open the buffer within the server, to be honest. It's a major problem. And right now we got to make sure there's not two of them open. Because earlier I had two ASIOs open. ASIO, I don't care right now. Sometimes you fail. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to shut this thing down altogether. after we try a couple more times. Okay, we're going to go down here. We're going to exit out of this guy. Do I want to save the current session? No, I don't. I didn't do anything. And let's hope that brings us back up to speed in some way. So right now it's actually shutting down the server. And we'll try to bring it back up and hope it works. I had this problem before we went on the air, and I fixed it, and now here we are again. Looking at my ASIO. Don't look at my ASIO. So we actually want... We don't want USB codec out. We wanted it in. These plugins can be a little goofy. Okay, we're going headphones out. We don't got the sound grid selected. It won't let me select ASIO in. We go up to here. You know what? I think we just got it back. Alright, so we're back. The server's disconnected, which is of concern. I disconnected on purpose. But anyway... It was working fine earlier. Now there's a hiccup. So let's go ahead and let's add the multi-rack in native mode. Or not the multi-rack, the studio rack. Okay, let's go ahead and open up that Enigma plugin again. Let's take a look at the plugin itself and see what it does to this instrument. It's looking for the bypass on it. Okay, as you can hear, there's some popping. Let's go ahead and change the buffer settings here. I don't think I touched this earlier, but it's possible. Let's go ahead and double that up. It was 16. There's a ton of latency that's going to happen, but we're mixing, so it's not as big a deal. As you can see, it took a long time before after I hit the space bar and when it started playing, it's like 1,146 milliseconds or something like that. Which is kind of annoying, but... And it's still popping. Why is it doing this to me? I'm going to try a different driver until we find one that is willing to work. No error message on the Wasapi. No latency, no popping. Okay, so we can take a look at it. Let's look at this window right here. This is some kind of EQ. It goes from side to side. Not really the best example to do for this because I'm not real familiar with this plugin. Seems a little weird. If we change the frequency, that's just the lower frequency. The upper frequency. I want to hear something drastic here. That's where I'm getting thrown off by this. Let's try depth. Okay, I don't think it's the time or place for this plugin. So let's go ahead and let's remove this plugin. And let's add something I'm familiar with. Because that was kind of annoying. Let's go with any kind of delay here. Okay, so we got very few settings. Good. You hear there's a lot of delay there. You do the high cut. What you're hearing is the high cut on the actual delay itself. See? So that's the delay without any of the direct sound. Okay. If we go over to the macro, we can control any of these parameters on this effect with the macro, and we can customize it, and we can add to it. So check this out. Let's go ahead and let's set it to anything. Let's set it to the mix. Okay? So if I change the mix here on the macro, you see that it changes on the actual plugin itself, which is really cool and useful because we can go ahead and we can edit this macro. I got control range. I got macro range. I think macro range is, I'm not sure, but I think it's how long it takes or it actually crosses that threshold where it starts taking effect on it. So let's go ahead and take a look at that first because I'm not real clear on that. But let's narrow it down and see what happens. Exactly what it was. See that? I can go up here and it's already all the way up. So that's the range of it. That's why it's called range, macro range. Now it makes sense. So that's pretty much the speed of it in some way. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to open that back up. Control range. This is what's cool. So say I got this delay here. Let's turn it up all the way. What if I don't want the mix? What if I don't want a pure delay signal coming through? If I want, even at the max, even if I want a little bit of like the direct signal coming in, that's where this is useful. The desktop. So I could take this and I can go ahead and I can drag it down to like, say like 50 as an example. So I'm going to turn the mix macro all the way down here. And I'm going to start turning it up. And watch the plugin. I don't know how to get that plug-in full screen. I don't think it's able to go full screen. Go ahead and watch it. Look at the macro. Look at the macro. And look at the mix. So it makes it a little bit slower. And it won't go all the way up to 100. Because I got it set where it has a limitation of 50. Which is really, really cool. And another cool part of this is I can go back to the studio rack. I can add another plugin to the plugin I got. I'm basically custom making a plugin here. I could do EQ. And let's go mix up light. Okay, I kind of screwed that up. Let's see if we can go back to what we had. There we go. So I would add it right here, right under it. Okay, it's adding it. Okay, now within the same macro, I can go ahead and select any feature of the mix-up light. So what I'm thinking is like an EQ thing here. So let's do let's do a high frequency. This should be, I'm looking at it. Let's try high frequency gain. And see if it controls the one I'm thinking of. Okay, yeah. So it's got, let's make it 5K. So this stays the same when I change the macro. This I can set to whatever I want, because it's not controlled by the macro. This is actually the frequency. But what I will be controlling is the decibels of that frequency when I change this. So you'll be able to hear it go from, basically, there's that popping again. That's not cute. It's really irritating. Like I said, it's probably because we got so much stuff running right now. The streaming software and all that. Sometimes it goes away, sometimes it doesn't. Now let's see, since it is causing a problem. Let's try to send it to the server. I don't know what it's doing. I bet there's something trying to come up. Usually the case. Whenever you see that nasty blue circle, I'm going to click on the SoundGrid logo here and hope that pulls it up. Because right now it's not recognizing it. Just wait for it, wait for it. So how are you? Alright, good vibes only. Despite what's going on. We could be mixing the song, but I wanted to demonstrate this. But I may have to play with it a little bit more before I do. It is going to take a second here. I'm sure it's not going to spin forever. If it does, we're definitely done. Wow, it's taking a really long time. Okay. This is the best demonstration ever. So it seems to have given up on us. Let's go ahead and take a look here. See, I don't know what this is. I've never seen SG node service. I've never seen that before. If I could close that out, I would. Man. We may have to restart things here. Come on, guys. Okay, so that doesn't want to do anything. I'm learning here. Let's open up SoundGrid Studio. Let's run it as administrator, so it knows I'm in control. I'm not. Okay, so we're going to open the SoundGrid Studio here. Kind of run it in the background. I hope that we regain control of the studio rack in SoundGrid mode. There it goes. You can see it just recognized it. We do have Murphy's Law here right now. It's just nothing was doing this earlier, and now everything is goofing up on me. There we go. Okay, so now we're reconnected to the SoundGrid server, which hopefully doesn't cause us further problems. When the SoundGrid server is open, it doesn't like using Wasabi. So let's change our audio device. One of the problems is I think it's taking control of the USB audio codec, which is messing us up pretty good. I'm not going to change that right now because I normally use that to record. I may have to. I don't know what I'm going to do. Here we go. Trying to figure out which one I want to use, which is, let's try direct sound again. Let's hope it works. Let's not change these buffers again. Let's actually take it back down to 16 times 2048. Say okay. We're going to close that. We're not using that anymore. And we're going to switch all to SoundGrid. And let SoundGrid handle the CPU usage. Alright, good vibes only. We're just running in circles here. This is so shitty. It just had to wait. It couldn't wait to screw me over. Everything looks right in the buffer. All studio rack SoundGrid are muted. Okay. I want it to be muted. Let's clearly not going to want to play in this mode. Let's go back to ASIO. Because the inputs and the outputs aren't connected. Go into ASIO configuration. We do want to make sure that two of them are open at the same time, which happened earlier. And this did not happen earlier. We don't want these sound grids in or outs on right now because we're not using them. You would use those if you were feeding the DAW to the sound grid studio. That's when you would use those. And as you can see, it's not recognizing the audio out either. So this has gone terribly wrong.
Well, the ladies are doing something we're not doing. The ladies are actually having fun. So here we are.
So we do have two
Not having fun.
ASIOs open at the same time.
This might be the most boring life you'd get.
I know, but it's not my fault. Everything was good to go. Good vibes only.
I try to have good vibes.
I know. I'm trying to.
But then I saw other people outside having fun. And I was reminded that I'm not having fun.
We're not going to save it. We're going to exit out of it.
Have you got anything done?
All I was doing was trying to demonstrate the freaking how that studio rack works. And all of a sudden, everything went to hell on me. So apparently I got to work with it a little bit more, even though I worked with it all day.
I've been up
and
since midnight.
And smoothed out all the problems. Now, all I got are problems. So, we still got the ASIO driver open, which really shouldn't be open. I had the same problem earlier, and I fixed it, and here I am.
Me and my lamb are not pleased. Soon we'll make you dance.
What?
We're going to make you dance because
It's not in the setup or anything like that.
I thought you danced. I do got some good news.
What's that?
Jasmine Blue Eyes lyric video is now our most successful YouTube video, second only to Standing in the Thick of a Riot.
Cool.
That's good.
That is good.
Yes. She will be pleased.
We're going to try opening Reaper back up.
I do got some cotton stank for you. He's sending it your way. It smells like seafood. It's a special flavor. The least bored person here is Cotton, and that's disturbing. He's actually
I'm not bored. I'm frustrated. So, there, now only has one ASIO open. Let's keep it that way. Let's make sure our song plays. Where is it? Oh, it's over here. See, now I'm totally out of touch. Just. We talked about Murphy's Law. You said something about Murphy's Law earlier. Here we go.
I said I wasn't being a pessimist. I was trying to speak. I was saying that some women would come over right as we were going to do life. You'd want to go swimming. But that didn't happen. So, because that has happened before. But this time we did not get saved by Murphy's Law. It doesn't always have to be a pessimistic thing or a cynical thing. So I've been up since around midnight. I don't know what's going on. I've been up since midnight, and it's like 3 in the morning in England. 4 in the morning, maybe.
I got the same stupid problem.
jokes. I don't got no jokes. I'm out of jokes, folks. I wasn't even allowed to tell people we were doing a live stream because I don't want people to see this. But
it's pretty dang frustrating, dude.
you can watch some older episodes. I recommend episode 10. I also recommend the pilot episode. And any episode where I'm so drunk, I'm almost funny, but not quite funny because it's kind of sad. And me and my lamb, still not pleased with your lack of progress.
This is what we have to deal with all the time, this kind of stuff. Especially once you get a new piece of equipment and you're trying to demonstrate it. As you see,
Dogs can see yellow and blue, so he's halfway interested.
it thinks it's... We're not getting any sound because it thinks it's going to the sound grid.
Dang, I wish I had some jokes, man.
Damn, dude, I wish I had some jokes. I'll make sure it's not showing up here. No, it's not. Only this. Okay. So, let's try turning these on. Even though they're not going to work. Then it has this thing that says, little message that says, computers hate you. And now it won't even do it for me. It won't even do that. Name, recording. Disable system sounds and control panel. Deactivate unused inputs and outputs. Audio drivers too old, too new. Computers hate you. Man, this ASIO driver's about to go. I got another one. And this one's ASIO for all starting to seem a little goofy to me. So I don't want those on though right now. Because I'm not using the sound grid with Reaper right now. I'm trying to use the damn server. I'm not trying to feed the channels into these channels. I gotta close this and hope it works.
All we're going to end up with is anger.
I'm not gonna get angry.
I had to fight off anger 5 minutes ago.
Not gonna get angry.
I'm trying to think kingdom thoughts. I'm not being facetious. Sorry to get angry. You're holding cotton. Kind of mellows you out a little bit. He's like a therapy dog. Can't tell if he's comfortable or not.
I'm gonna try using
Usually when he's uncomfortable, he keeps looking in the face.
a different device again. And hopefully we get some kind of sound, because now it's gotten worse. Now we got no sound. And like I said, it happened earlier.
Well, you can't blame me for mentioning Murphy's Law. I wish if I could do that, I'd be like, oh, Taylor Swift's going to show up in the middle of this live stream. It's going to be fantastic.
I hit the space bar. I get nothing.
So if Taylor Swift doesn't show up in the middle of this live stream, then you can't blame me for mentioning Murphy's Law like 6 hours ago. Agreed?
Yes.
Thank you.
Here's what we're going to do.
Now, if Taylor Swift does show up, then you can blame me for mentioning Murphy's Law. Right, Cotton?
Right. I'm going to close Reaper again. I'm going to go to a break. We're going to come back and we're going to mix the damn song.
I consent to your decision.
Okay.
Is there going to be like a song playing while we're gone? Because this whole episode has been nothing but dead air as far as I'm concerned.
I know.
What are you going to do while we're at intermission? For the people. For the person.
I'm going to close this. Alright. Our SoundGrid server should go offline. I say quit. I don't want to save the current session. I was doing so good earlier before we went on.
So well.
I want this shut, not responding. Of course, because everything's fine. Okay.
I mean,
we should see no ASIO driver here. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this SG-DA node service is. So it's really bugging me.
Need prayer sessions before we start live feeds.
I just want this gone. What is this?
I did enjoy the Eurovision Will Ferrell, Rachel McAdams movie.
You can't even exit out of the ASIO driver. Like once it's open, there's no way to just close it. Say, hey, I don't want this on here anymore. This right here, Wave SoundGrid dot node service. I want that done. There, get that out of there. Whew. All right.
Khan's even like exhausted as you. He's like,
Open Reaper back up. I'm still somehow connected to the server.
I don't know if I'm gonna sleep well tonight or sleep poorly after this.
It happens. Take a long time to load up too. Okay, at least we'll have.
Episode 10.
We'll always have episode 10.
You know, it takes a couple weeks to grow a clone, right? I can't do it in a 1 hour episode. However long this episode's been going on. It feels like
A
10
clone
hours.
of what?
I like to grow female clones of myself.
Alright. What audio device do we have selected? We had direct sound. Alright. So. Let's take a look. Oh, you see that that thing tried to pop up again. I don't know what that node service thing is, but it's gone now. And we got audio. We can come back and we can mix this song. But right now, I'm going to take a much needed break. We'll be right back.
Sheets and covers, was a playhouse, mom was a castle, life was a cartoon, without all the hassles, 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 hassles. In a shoebox, episodes and shields, waiting for Saturday morning heroes. And in my toy box, there's childhood battles, courageous beasts, wearing helmets and saddles, plastic and rubber, gimmicks and colors, yellow sheets and covers. Home was a playhouse, mom was a castle, life was a cartoon, without all the hassles. Many decades later, the tape is distorted, rubber bands broken and wars are reported. Retro isn't young again, ain't the 80s anymore. Can't buy childhood at a store, it's gone. Retro in a shoebox, episodes and she-hulks, waiting for Saturday morning heroes. And in my toy box, there's childhood battles, courageous beasts wearing helmets and saddles, plastic and rubber, gimmicks and colors, rubber and punches, pillow sheets and covers. Home was a playhouse, mom was a castle, life was a cartoon without all the hassles. Many decades later, the tape is distorted, rubber bands broken and wars are reported. Retro isn't young again, ain't the 80s anymore. Can't buy childhood at a store, it's gone. Retro isn't young again, ain't the 80s anymore. Can't buy childhood at a store, it's gone. When we got high bars, listen to Beatles, falling in love, copying a feel. The band played harder, sometimes on acid. Thought we were grown up, but nothing but kids. 2 decades later, our friends have all scattered. It's got me asking, did anything matter? Retro isn't young again, it ain't the
Okay. So our first attempt at using the server live went disastrously bad.
What I got?
No, I forgot. Alright. I'll be right back.
Hello, folks. So the ladies are having fun and the men are not. That's a switch, isn't it? Well, I got shit to say because this is torture. But for those of you tuning in today, know that I will be in charge of the next live stream and I will coordinate some better entertainment. Maybe some exotic dancers. Maybe maybe some male exotic dancers, you know. Here we are, trying to be alive. Praise God always.
Thank God I got a vacation coming up. I'm going to do a lot of research and a lot of soul searching and whatever.
The Oracle was so bored, she made me take my sunglasses off and put on my crown, my foam and plastic crown. And I don't know why that's more entertaining than wearing sunglasses and no hat, but I feel like barking dogs will add to the ambience. I feel like if the ladies were here, we really wouldn't get anything done. Unlike them not being here and not getting anything done. So, John, what did you learn today?
Fuck, I thought I learned something until now I realize.
See,
I'm just checking to make sure everything, because things are going so weird. I'm making sure we got audio here. Okay.
this episode's gonna like compile 12 views over 3 years. Watch it.
Oh my
These views.
gosh. This is a train wreck. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a bus for these distorted guitars. And here we go. Insert new track.
Hopefully we do finish this song today, quote mark.
Yeah, I'm gonna go quick.
Finger quotes.
I'm gonna go quick at this point. I'm done. I can't take it anymore. So we're gonna make
I'm so tired. I'm awake again. That's so tired I am.
We're gonna make it green like the other guitars. We're gonna make it Slightly different
My
green.
eyes probably show how tired I am.
What is this? That's kind of a green. It's darker green. Okay. And this is the 90s guitar bus.
The next episode, I'm going to do a little bit of coordination. I'm going to work some stuff out. I'll have to coordinate with God and have him work some miracles because
we need a miracle.
all I need is a miracle.
Now the server just got out.
All I need is you.
Okay, we're gonna route that
Whoever you is,
over
you're needed.
to our aux master. We're gonna route our 90s guitars
Had a good day, most of all.
to our bus.
Listening to Taylor Swift by the pool. Well, I was in the pool. Taylor Swift is, you know what I mean. And
We're gonna turn off the master send. Oh, they're already off. Did I turn them off?
really had myself in a good headspace all day until we did this.
Well, I want to turn the master send off on the bus itself.
I probably should have just stayed asleep on the couch.
Probably.
I think I had the right.
Probably would have been a good idea. So let's go ahead and find
I
where.
was really asleep, but I could have been.
Let's find where our 90s guitars start and make sure everything's good with that routing, since my head is pretty stupid right now. Okay. It is.
Sounds
brain.
like something a stupid head would say.
It is a stupid head right now. It's not functioning properly, just like everything else. It's just adding to it. But let's.
So you guys aren't going to get any cute vignettes or making fun of stuff today or any of that. I'm warning you right now. Spoiler alert, there's nothing exciting in this.
Just doing it out right now.
I wasn't even allowed to take my shirt off, so sorry.
Alright. Let's solo this bus. Oh, is that quiet? Are they out of phase?
I would say the Lord's Prayer, but God would know
Here
better.
I'm in the mix. They're there. They're just very quiet. Let's turn them a little bit louder for the purpose of mixing. They needed a little bit of juice. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and process this pair of distorted guitars.
One day we should do a live version of Jasmine Blue Eyes here on one of our live streams.
Yes,
That'd be super cool.
that's true.
That'd be super cool. We should start working that into our live streams after this. Not the net. I'll coordinate. Me and God will coordinate the next live stream, and then you'll see that it works better than this fucking train wreck you've devised.
All right.
So many prayers are needed.
Let's boost 8K here. Guitars are noisy. All right. 7. Cycle through them. Turn them back down now that they're louder. Didn't need that much. Excuse me. lot of greasy challenging guitars. A lot of grease. Try a different frequency on that. I'll turn it up all the way, or almost all the way. It's a little annoying. Let's talk more. Is you hear these solos. Cut some of that low end out. Cut off. A lot of phasing and flanging going on. Let me mute that EQ. Not real pleasant sounding guitars. We're going to try to get them sounding pleasant. So I rolled it off. I did a high filter on 100. Let's try giving it a boost above that. See if we can get some blow into it. Barely hear him. I'm not going to question myself here. Here we go. Should. Come back down. Turn that channel back down. Yeah, there's other things we're obviously going to have to do to that. But right now, just going to do that. I'm going to have to clean up that guitar a little bit with a separate EQ. But we're not going to do that right now. Those guitars, man, are noisy, dude. What the hell's on
They're
them?
supposed to be noisy.
I know. It's that flange. Okay.
Is that server out? Is that why red light is blinking and blinding me?
Yeah, because I don't got it connected right now.
Is it? Do you hear what I hear?
What?
I can't do that, Dave. 2001 Space Odyssey reference? Nothing? 2001 A Space Odyssey?
Yeah, I know about it.
I can't do that, Dave.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Sounds like you know nothing about the movie. I thought you were a Stanley Kubrick fan.
Yeah, I didn't really watch that one.
Then you're not a Stanley Kubrick fan. That's like saying you're a Queen fan and you never heard Bohemian Rhapsody. Such a phony ass thing to say.
We're gonna pan those hard left and right so you can hear what's going on. Put the phase on them. Turn them back up so I can actually hear them. Oh, freaking yeah. There's definitely frequencies on those guitars we're going to have to find and take out later on. So,
Oh.
what?
It's the dogs.
Okay. So I'm actually not going to bother with doing that right now. This is the hardest song we've had to mix the whole album. And it's just a matter of different things. A lot going through my mind. I need to Do focus here.
Luckily, we don't have any more songs left to do this process on.
Yeah. Let's hear this expand.
We've got so many.
2 decades later, my friends have us scattered. 2 decades later, my friends have us
That needs to come
scattered.
up.
It's got me asking, did anything matter? Retro is it? 2 decades later, my friends have us scattered. It's got me asking, did anything matter?
Okay, that's got some frequencies that need to be accentuated for sure. 'Cause it's barely cutting through.
Wow, remember episodes that are funny? Now we just look like the 2 rejected members of the Village People.
Village people.
Look like the 2 people that didn't make the cut.
2 decades later,
Even the jokes aren't
friends have
landing.
us scattered. It's
guy's
got
head
me
is-
asking, did anything matter?
Is there another part, or do I have to just keep listening to this, or is this the only part that keyboard part's on?
I don't know, you tell me. You got the fucking shit in front of you.
Right here.
I should have freaking read fan mail today. I don't have any after this episode. Is there fan mail? Wait, I did. Can I read the 4 fan mails that we got? Can I read them?
Yeah.
Dear Johnny Kinetic, when is your next solo album going to start being recorded?
Whew.
Like tonight.
Right, yeah, right after this. It's gonna be just acoustic guitar. Not even a voice, just an acoustic guitar.
Dear John and Aaron, I don't like it when grown women do little kids' voices. What the fuck does that mean? Stupid. Dear Cotton, please show up in more episodes. He doesn't know how to do anything. He's not that useful.
I think you should be in more episodes. Alright.
Dear John Shirt, thank you.
You're welcome. This is
I don't know if they're talking about that shit or not.
I got nothing. I got a stupid head. That's what I got. My head is stupid. Here we
Well,
go.
thank you for the comments. None of them were helpful.
My friends have us scattered. It's got me asking, did anything matter? 2 decades later, my friends have us scattered. It's got me asking, did anything matter? 2
I'm gonna mute the
decades
bonus sound to keep hearing it. Plus, I can't really hear it. It's like a 3 of these. Keep stopping. Turn this up. Highlights are a little bit better at that point.
2 decades later, my friends have all scattered. It's got me asking, did anything matter? 2 decades later, my friends have all scattered. decades later, my friends have all scattered. It's got me asking, did anything matter? 2 decades. It's got me asking, did anything matter? 2 decades later, my friends have all scattered. It's got me asking, did anything matter? 2 decades later, my friends have all scattered. It's got me asking, did anything matter? 2 decades later, my friends have all scattered. It's got me asking, did anything matter? 2 decades later, my friends have all scattered. It's got me asking, did anything matter? 2 decades later, my friends have all scattered. It's got me asking, did anything matter? 2 decades later, my friends have all scattered. It's got me asking, did anything matter? 2 decades later, my friends have all scattered. It's got me asking, did anything matter? 2 decades later, my friends have all scattered. It's got me asking, did anything matter? 2 decades later, my friends have.
Okay, so let's see what we haven't got to yet. That's muted. We got those. We got those. Got the lead vocal. Got the vocal distortion. It's not really distortion, but it's labeled as vocal distortion. Let's do the bass here.
Decades later, my friends have all
I need a
scattered.
part with the bass on it,
It's
please.
in a shoebox, there were swords and shields, waiting for Saturday morning heroes. And in my toy box, there's childhood battles, courageous beasts wearing helmets and saddles, plastic and rubber, gimmicks and colors, rubber and punches, pillow sheets and covers. Home was a playhouse, mall was a castle, life was a cartoon without all the hassles. Many decades later, the tape is distorted. Rubber bands broken and wars are reported. Retro isn't young again, ain't the 80s anymore. Can't buy childhood at a store, it's gone. Retro isn't young again, ain't the 80s Sometimes I'm passive that we were grown up, but nothing but kids. 2 decades later, our friends have all scattered. It's got me asking, did anything matter? Retro isn't young again. It ain't the 90s anymore. Can't buy memories at a store, they're gone. Retro isn't young again. It ain't the 90s anymore. Can't buy memories at a store, they're gone. When I was a kid, I knew what to do. Now I'm a man, I'm in love with you. What a joke it is to age. I'm just a soul trapped in a cage.
Well,
In a shoebox, with swords and shields.
fucking with those guitars.
Waiting
No, I'm not
for
the bass.
Saturday morning heroes. And in my toy box
Never
was
done.
childhood battles.
We're not.
Courageous beasts wearing helmets and saddles. Plastic and rubber, gimmicks and colors. Rubber and punches, pillow sheets and covers. Home was a playhouse, mall was a castle. Life was a cartoon without all the hassles. Many decades later, the tables distorted. Rubber bands broken and wars are reported. Retro isn't young again. Ain't the 80s anymore. Can't buy childhood at a store, it's gone. Retro isn't young again. Ain't the 80s anymore. Can't buy childhood at a store, it's gone. When we got our bars, listen to Beatles, falling in love, copying a feel. Love band played harder, sometimes I'm passive, that we were grown up, but nothing but kids. 2 decades later, our friends have all scattered. It's got me asking, did anything matter? Retro isn't young again. It ain't the 90s anymore. Can't buy memories at a store, they're gone.
I lost my mouse. I lost my cursor.
Retro isn't young again. It ain't the 90s anymore.
Shit,
Can't
where'd my
buy
cursor go?
memories at a store, they're gone.
You wanna see my cursor? Ah. Not cool. My cursor is now invisible. I can't see my cursor. It's a ghost cursor. Well, I think that's a pretty good sign to wrap it up. I don't know why this song's taking so long. part of the reason it took so long to do is because we had to go fucking with new shit, and that went weird. I'm gonna get back in the zone eventually. Right now, I admit I'm out of the zone, and it sucks. But you know what? You just keep going, and thing, and that's even a short break is always not the best thing. But clearly, we had a lot of technical difficulties here today, which is leading. I've never seen anything like this, which is causing this problem. There it is down there. So maybe if I close it and open it. Yeah, see, it's within Reaper, the cursor is somehow behind everything. I feel like it's Mario when you squat down on like the yellow block, and then you can go behind it and you do the super thing, and you're like a raccoon or whatever, and you start floating up to the clouds with all the coins on it. Only there's no coins at the end of this block. This is just, it's time to wrap this up. I know when that time has come. Actually, I don't. I went way longer than I should have. But once I can no longer see my cursor, I am done. So we're going to wrap this episode up. And I apologize. We'll come back with a better one. We'll have a better mix down next time. Maybe when we get away from this cursed song. I don't know what's... The song has not been easy. Thank God it's only got this many tracks. I don't know what I'd do if I had more tracks on it. This is just crazy. I just need to see it so I can close. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and end the stream and figure out how to close Reaper and save what I just did without a cursor. I think it's Control X. I don't know. Goodbye. Thanks for watching. Aaron loves you. And that's it, folks. At least we didn't have any hiccups with the live stream itself. You got to see every fault in its full, uncut, non-buffering form. Goodbye.